Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone, to the Popcorn Podcast. I'm Tommy Cresta, alongside my co-host Ryan Ferran. Today we're here to talk about Marvel's newest film in the MCU, Deadpool and Wolverine, which is directed by Sean Levy, starring Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. And before we get into this episode, like always, Ryan, how you doing today?
I just gave myself the worst wedgie ever doing that. It's a terrible idea. Feel reinvigorated. We just did the Two Boys episodes review, and then I had some chocolate, and now I'm back.
You ready to go?
I'm back, dude.
Pumped?
I'm back. I'm going to crash out in about 20 minutes.
Before the Phillies game. But yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine. This film has been hyped up. Everyone's been waiting for this film. We've wanted this since 2010. We've all been waiting to see Hugh Jackman and Deadpool on the screen together. And we finally got it. And it's finally here. And yeah, the world's on fire with it. It has already made over $350 million, and it's still in its opening weekend. Had a budget of $200 million. Again, as I said, Sean Levy was the director. Ryan Reynolds worked as one of the writers. Hugh Jackman was a huge part in the writing of the script, which had to be rewritten. How many times? I think it said 4 times, which is crazy that it still was as good as it was with all this done. And yeah, but before we do our initial review, just want to go quickly through what everyone else is thinking so far. So IMDb has an 8.3 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes a 79, Metacritic 56, Google 96, and the audience score is a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes. The critic consensus is that Ryan Reynolds makes himself at home in the MCU with wit, while Hugh Jackman provides an adamantium backbone to proceedings in Deadpool and Wolverine, and a relevant Hold on.
Jesus, dude. Get professional.
An irrelevant romp with a surprising soft spot for this new era of superhero films.
You gotta stop sniffing pepper before these things.
I know. That white pepper.
Yeah.
Make me go crazy.
Yeah, the white, that's a good thing to say. White pepper. You mean salt, guys. He doesn't know what that
cocaine. Yeah, I'm kidding. Army. Please don't make me do a whole test of stupid shit.
I hope you get drug tested.
I know I'm going to get one tomorrow. And the quick synopsis of this film is that Deadpool's peaceful existence comes crashing down when the Time Variant Authority recruits him to help safeguard the multiverse. He soon reunites with the would-be pal Wolverine to complete the mission and save his world from an external threat. So, before I tell you, Ryan, give your initial thoughts, we are going to do a little bit of a spoiler-free portion, and then again, we'll go into our spoilers. But we'll give you guys a heads up before we spoil anything that happens in this film.
Of course. I love seeing Robert Downey Jr. again, though.
That does not happen.
It does not happen.
He'd not spoil that. But yeah, Ryan, what are some of your initial thoughts?
It was super fun. I loved every second of it. It was incredible. It was just so much fun. It's the second time I said it in about 15 seconds, but I mean it. It was just a great time. It's exactly what it needs to be. It's funny. It's just as funny as the other ones. It keeps the same humor, which is just Ryan Reynolds at this point. It adds on it. It does a great job of using MCU things and not changing them at all. Like it's obviously the TVA is a big part of this movie. That's not a secret at all. But the way they use it, I thought it was really well done. Like it doesn't change anything. It keeps stuff from Loki. I mean, obviously they even mentioned Loki a few times because it's Deadpool and he knows everything. But yeah, they do a really good job of just implementing this into the MCU, specifically just through the TVA, because that's kind of the only thing. It's the main MCU thing that's used in this movie. But I loved it because it was really just a love letter to Fox and all the Fox Marvel movies, all of them. And it just works super well. All of the cameos that went through, obviously there's a ton of them that are in the trailer. Fuck you. There's a ton of them that are in the trailer, so a lot of them people know already, but there's a ton that you don't expect, and it's not that one. Thank God. That's the only spoiler I'm going to give. Fuck you. Yeah. It was just such a good time. The only time I did use the bathroom during this movie, which I never do.
Did you?
But I had to go.
I didn't realize you got up.
I didn't. Yeah, I got up.
I was sitting next to you. I didn't realize.
It was at the end. So that's why my only downside of this movie, which it's a downside, and it's a downside that in a normal movie, it would be a much bigger downside. But in a superhero movie, and more so a Deadpool movie, which is just a comedy, it's incredibly predictable. Like, it's just the superhero.
Yeah.
Like, what's the word? Formula. It's just that to a T. You know everything that's going to happen, but that's not the point of the movie. I had no problem going to the bathroom during the finale, basically. Like, it was, as soon as that, like, final fight, no, it wasn't the final, well, yeah, it was the final fight. As soon as that ended, I was like, alright, I got like a minute to go and hit the can real fast. I'm not gonna miss anything. And then I came back and I saw a few more good jokes, and that was that. It's a great time. It's an incredibly fun movie. But if you're looking for something that's gonna change the superhero genre, this is not, I don't know why you would think this is the movie to do that.
Yeah.
It's not going to. But it's exactly what it needed to be. It was a lot of fun, and I don't think it disappointed at all for me.
Mm-mm. Good. That was good.
Now you feel differently.
That I made a comment during our previous episode, which might have given off the wrong idea of what I think about this movie. So I wrote a little bit of like opening remarks.
Those are a lot of notes. That's a long. You wrote a fucking paper.
So right off the bat, I thought that the comedy was the best thing we've ever gotten in the MCU. It was funnier than any movie that's ever been part of this universe.
Yeah.
By leaps and bounds.
Yeah. Which also, it does help that they're able to make the jokes that they are able to make.
Yes, it's R-rated.
Obviously, being
now,
R-rated.
it's definitely not as R-rated as the previous two. They don't, but it didn't need to be that.
Yeah. I think, like,
they still went, like, it couldn't have been, they said fuck enough that it couldn't be that.
Obviously.
But the other ones, they definitely take it one step further. Not that in a bad way, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think this one was more violent than the other, more bloody than the other.
More bloody.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's more violent, because a lot of people get limbs cut off and heads be rolling in the other ones.
Well, this one, too.
Does a head get cut off?
There's a lot. I mean, that one dude. Everything.
Oh!
You couldn't put that in an Iron Man movie.
No, you were not. I know that some people truly believe that this is the film that fixes the MCU. I don't think it does that.
No.
This is, as Ryan said, it's a love letter to the Fox era.
Mm-hmm.
Like the early 2000s cinematic universe, as a lot of people like to refer to it.
And please watch through the credits, because there's a very nice... The credits are very wholesome.
Yeah, it's a great little goodbye, I guess.
The credits, I mean, it's not really a spoiler, because it's not a part of the movie, but it's just all the gag reels from the past X-Men movies, all of them.
Yeah, the entire Fox world.
It's very, very nice. And it's all like Hugh Jackman saying like why he got in the role, and then Ryan Reynolds talking about on the set of X-Men Origins Wolverine, he was like, I just want to play Deadpool. Like it was very, very sweet on that whole compilation. So definitely stay and watch that. And the post-credit scene.
Yeah, the post-credit scene was good. And it's more that I did enjoy this movie. I had a great time watching this movie. It's more that, again, I think it's just my feelings towards Marvel in total at this point. A great movie. A very fun movie.
Yeah.
It's better for me to word it. It doesn't go anywhere, though. This is not changing what the future has.
Yeah, it's its own story.
Yeah, this is a solo kind of film that just happens to now be in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely still a Fox movie that now is MCU.
Yeah. But I think for the MCU, I think that is something that I wanted more from in the MCU. Like, obviously, the fun part of the Marvel movies is that they all connect and they all lead into one another. But I feel like so many of them are like, every single movie now in Phase 4 has been like, the world's going, like, the multiverse is going to end. We need to save everything, everywhere, and every like, every single movie takes on too much at once, which I think is a massive downfall. I think having just like a solo story that's very what's the word?
It affects him.
Yeah,
it's not affecting everyone.
Self-contained.
Yeah,
you need to have those now and again just to build the characters, and then you bring them into like an Avengers movie or something bigger where they can have more effect on the universe as a whole. But I don't think it's a bad thing at all to have a very self-contained story that just builds on these characters and gives us a fun adventure to watch. It's not a bad thing to have every now and again. So I think that's what Marvel needed more.
Yeah.
And I hope they realize that, because the way it's going, yeah, absolutely. You can totally make better movies and have different stories. Like, there's a reason all the Marvel movies feel the same. It's not just the formula. It's because, like, they're all written the exact same. They're not taking the time to make these characters different and have their own stories and have their own self-contained personal adventures where you find out more about them. Then they join, and then, it's all that. It's fun. That's what made the first one so great, because, they do lead into one another. There's little hints, but these last
more
couple,
solo films to set up them eventually all having to come together.
Yeah, these more recent ones have just been a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah,
which I'm trying to explain. I'm not explaining it.
No, you are.
I'm doing the best I can.
Hugh Jackman, I thought, was the best part of this movie. He had some great emotional scenes in this that were so much heavier, and it evened out with Deadpool's shenanigans, and it brought that lightheartedness that I wanted from Deadpool. Not lightheartedness, the comedy from Deadpool, but it also put something at risk. Like, a lot of Deadpool, it's a big criticism of Deadpool, is that there's never anything really that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be fine. That'll happen.
He can't die.
Yeah, this put something at risk. This made it a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, from there, I thought the costumes were fantastic. Every single person that you see in this movie that's a hero, great. Loved it. I thought Deadpool's suit looked better in this movie, which I was not sure if I thought that way going into it, but I like the brighter red. I like the Deadpool belt. I like very much the aesthetic to it. And of course, Wolverine, the yellow and blue, is something we've been waiting for since the first X-Men movie.
Yeah.
A negative for me, though, is, of course, something that's, again, been killing the MCU in recent years, is the villains. I thought Emma Corrin and Matthew McFadden gave their best with what they were given as these villains. Cassandra Nova, who's a huge villain in the comics, very powerful being. And then, I don't know, his name wasn't Mobius, was it?
No.
It says Mobius and Mobius under his name.
No, that's not it. That's Owen Wilson.
Pro something, right?
It's Proxy, bullshit.
Something. It's something along those lines.
I think it's Proximus, right?
Proximus?
I think it is. Because I remember hearing that and being like, that's the ape from the movie.
Is that the
Proximus Caesar?
Oh my god, it is.
Yes.
Holy shit. But yeah, they both tried, and it was not their performance that caused this. It was the character. There was nothing there. The villains, again, lackluster. That wasn't enough for me. Yeah, just very forgettable. Because in a couple movies, I'm going to forget that Matthew McFadden was in this movie.
I agree with that. I agree Matthew McFadden. But I also think
I like Cassandra Nova. I just wish there was more with it.
I will give you that. But I think Matthew McFadden is... You do have a point. I agree. I'm going to forget about him. By 2 movies from now, he's going to go out of my head. I'm going to be like, oh, shit, he's in this? Tom, what are you doing here? Go run fucking whatever it's called. But he's a good, he's not the main villain. Cassandra Nova is the main villain. He's a good secondary villain where you just go in and he's a dickhead and then you hate him and that's it. I think he does a good job in that. And like you said, it's not the performance, it's just the writing. But you're right, he's not super memorable, but I think he does his job enough as just the hateable villain who you just want to see die.
Yeah.
I think he does a good job of that.
He doesn't die, though. It's not a spoiler.
He doesn't.
Kind of is.
It's totally a spoiler.
The cameos, if you want to call them that, I'll get more into that when we talk about them. Each one of them was very special. It was cool. It was amazing, actually. It was very cheerful. And the opening to this movie is the best opening in an MCU movie. Could be my favorite opening in a Marvel movie or superhero movie. I absolutely loved every second of it.
Yeah, the credits.
In Sync was the best choice to make for me. It's that or the Batman.
Yeah.
Are my favorite now openings.
The Deadpool credits are just so good.
Yeah. And I like this one more than the other two. And I love the first two.
The first one's so funny through the car. All that shit.
Kicking his legs.
It's so good.
But yeah.
Do you remember when that came out, a couple years before Deadpool, there was a rendering of it?
You mean when Ryan Reynolds leaked it? He hasn't admitted to it, but it was Ryan Reynolds.
It was him. But, dude, I remember that came out. I was in grade school still, and I watched that. I'm like, who is Deadpool?
You know who Deadpool was?
No. I don't really read, I don't really have comics.
No, I do have a question I want to ask you. It's not a spoiler thing. This is just something I thought about.
Mm-hmm.
So, when we saw No Way Home and when most of the world saw No Way Home, those first 3 months, people were like, this is the greatest superhero movie ever. There's nothing wrong with this movie. It's perfection. Me and you walked out of it and thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
In our review, we felt that way, exactly. But then eventually, those next 3 months, the 4th, 5th, and 6th month of it being out, that's when the internet comes and shits on it and fucks it. Says all this bad shit about the movie. Is this going to happen with Deadpool? Because the audience is saying it's the greatest superhero movie ever. Which right away, I don't think that at all.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the greatest superhero. I don't think it's the best thing in Marvel. I think it's the best thing in Marvel.
It's the best thing in Phase 4. Well,
this is in Phase 4.
What is this, 5?
Nothing.
Well, this isn't part of the
There's
phase.
no phase.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if it's because some people. I don't even know if it's the best thing since Endgame. To me,
Well, what's better?
Black Panther 2.
Black Panther 2 was really good. This is more fun though.
This is a much more of an enjoyable, fun time.
Yeah.
But actual film wise.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's something I wanted to ask because I know it's gonna come, but I don't know if that happens with Deadpool.
Yeah.
But critics have definitely not been as nice to this movie.
Yeah, no. I mean
79, that could end up being lower. If at the pace it's at, it could end up being lower than Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Which I think is 68.
Yeah, I think IGN gave it a 7.
With this?
Then, yeah. But IGN is also the dumbest pieces of shit that I like. They either nail it or like
the
5
worst
points off.
thing.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I think it's gonna, like, every movie has that little like grace period of, the movie high where you go in and you see it and you love it for a week, and then you look at it, you look back on, you see another trailer and you're like, okay, that was pretty good, but I definitely kind of fell off it a little bit. Maybe you see it again, you don't like it as much. There's very few movies. If you see a movie twice and you like it more the second time, it's a special movie.
Yeah.
Like it really is.
Doom Part 2.
Okay.
Don't listen.
Shut up. Now, I do think this movie's going to fall off a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be as much as Spider-Man Homecoming.
Because I feel like No Way Home...
Not Homecoming, No Way Home.
I feel like No Way Home held it better. At least for me. Like, I have a feeling No Way Home will hold up better when I go back and watch it.
Maybe.
Than this did.
Maybe
Maybe also, the highs of that hold up better. Yeah. The movie, this had a lot of practical stuff, which was really fun to watch.
Yeah. But it's also a thing with comedies. Like, it's like horror. Once you know the jump scares, it's not as fun. Once you know the jokes, they're not as funny.
Yeah, unless that's the same thing what you just said. If you can watch a horror movie or comedy movie multiple times and always laugh or always feel that tension again, that's a good horror movie, good comedy movie. Which I hope this is, because the first 2 Deadpools I still laugh at, so I hope I can go back to this one and laugh at.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope it doesn't fall off, that people look back on it. Because then at one point it was that No Way Home's the worst Spider-Man movie. It got so bad with people hating on it. Yeah. That the internet fucking sucks.
Yeah. But also, film Twitter and stuff it
ruins film.
They already are ripping on this movie. Before it even came out, they're like, this movie's dog shit. The trailers look like shit.
Fuck film Twitter.
It's just, people just love to hate. But this movie, I understand. Yeah, you are.
Not anymore. I'm not there anymore.
I never had Twitter, so I'm not. But I just saw a bunch of stuff.
Fun app at one point. They ruined it.
Ridiculous.
Fucking X. Stupid bullshit. But yeah, I think that's as much as we can really talk about without the spoiling.
Yeah. Yeah. We got our thoughts out.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I don't think
it's good.
It's
Let's probably give our scores before we.
Oh yeah, good point.
Before we tell the non-spoiler people. So, what do you want to give?
86.
It was lower than I thought. The way you talked about it, I thought it was going to be much higher.
Well, I mean, it's not. I thought it was really enjoyable, but it's not. Like I said, it's super predictable. So I wasn't watching it for what's going to happen. I knew it was going to happen, but it was still just a good time.
86, that's not bad. That's a good score. I mean, if you give every move you make is an 86, it's success.
Yeah.
I'm giving it 83. And then
okay.
Don't do that.
I wasn't giving it a look.
Yeah,
we were happy with an 83 when Rotten Tomatoes gave it. Well, they gave it an 84, but.
Dude, if the Crow can sniff a fucking 48, I'll be fucking happy.
If the Crow sniffs 30, dude, it'll be a miracle. That movie looks like shit. That little fucking,
Dude, I watched, because I think I was just talking to my brothers, we watched it again. Why is it so slow? The movements in the car are very...
Because the movie's bad.
Yeah. I was expecting, if anything, I thought the action would at least look good.
No.
That action looked...
It looks terrible.
I will say, I like him healing himself, because that's something that's very important to me with the Crow.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the book. I'm not gonna lie, I almost gagged though when I saw his bone.
Graphic novel. It's not a book or a comic. It's a graphic novel, Thomas.
You aren't saying that because
you should know
the last time we talked about it. But yeah, 83. I like the movie. I think the cameos I don't even think they're cameos. They're just characters that we didn't know were coming because they're in the movie. It's not one scene.
Are you talking about Deadpool or the Crow still?
The cameo. What cameos are in the Crow, Ryan? Fucking Ben Affleck show up? No, I'm talking about Deadpool. I'm saying cameos, quote unquote. I don't even think that they are cameos. They're just hitting characters because they are in the movie. They are
the cameos
characters.
Yeah, it's more so the villains are more so cameos because you get we're in spoilers now.
No, you gotta make sure that they know.
Okay, well, yeah, you're right. The cameos, quote unquote, are main characters, well, side characters, but they're very important to the plot, especially the four main ones that we get towards the end. But yeah, they do a good job of making it. It's not like Marvel where they just pop up for a second, have a little quip, and then they go away. Like, was that so and so? Like it.
Yeah, these people have like stuff to do.
Yeah, they're important. They use the cameos very, very effectively.
Good job, Sean Levy.
Yeah,
and Ryan Reynolds, and everyone else that worked on this movie. But yeah, success.
And everybody for signing on to have this fun.
They said that they texted them the main four ones later, and they all answered first text yes. It doesn't matter pay or anything; they just wanted to do it.
I'm surprised with the one.
I think we'll talk about it when we get to it, but I have a feeling we're talking about the same people, same person.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't want to get spoiled for it, you haven't seen it yet, definitely go watch the film and then come back and listen to the rest of our review and hear what we're talking about, because we would love to see other people's reactions, see what everyone else thought about these characters showing up and the film itself. But yeah, so make sure you're getting off now because we're going to spoil something.
Yeah. Just go see the movie. It's a great time.
It's a very fun time. It's enjoyable. Mm-hmm. If you love Deadpool, you will love this movie. Now, to the spoiler portion of this episode.
The orgy scene was crazy.
There's no orgy scene.
There is not an orgy scene.
It'd be really weird if there was.
Deadpool would have loved to have one.
Deadpool would have loved one. My favorite jokes are any time that they mention Blake Lively.
Yeah.
When he's like...
By the way, it was Blake Lively.
It was.
Lady Deadpool.
It's in the credits. We just didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard her voice. I figured it was her.
I couldn't hear it.
I could tell it was her voice. But...
I love her. Like, love my life. Number one on my list.
Thanks.
Obsessed.
Nice job, bud. Smooth.
I'm not smooth. Blake Lively.
Dude, you're in.
You're in. Even movie in 83. I don't think I'm in. And her husband's Ryan fucking Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
No, anytime when he was like, the human body has 206 bones. Unless you're me watching Gossip Girls and it's 207. The scene when him and Hugh like take the rocket foot and they land and crash.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you don't get off me, I'm going to tell Blake. Like all these little things, like just shouting out to his wife were just such cool little things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we should talk about the cameos. What are you looking at?
Nothing. I just thought of the fucking nice Deadpool.
I fucking hated him.
Dude. Oh, I thought it was so fun.
I mean, God, I was just waiting.
If it had gone on for another minute, it would have gotten old. But it was
I got excited once it came to its climax.
Yeah,
that was fun.
No, dude, the funniest joke of the entire movie was that I could break the fourth wall slightly too. The proposal, dude.
No, he doesn't even say the. He just goes proposal.
I think he says the proposal.
Oh, in my head, I thought it was just proposal, which made me laugh even more. Because they just looked down lines and went proposal.
That was my favorite joke of the entire movie. Because the way Deadpool's like, what the fuck are you talking?
What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
I like when he's like, okay, you can regenerate, right? Regenerate? What? How was I supposed to know?
I like that he kept the Canadian accent too for nice Deadpool.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
Dogpool. Awesome.
Yeah, Dogpool.
Loved him every time he showed up. She showed up. Lady Pool was cool. It's cool to see after all these years.
Baby Deadpool.
Deadpool.
The Flying Skull.
It's called Headpool.
Mm-hmm. I forget which one that's from.
Wrexham Deadpool.
Wrexham Deadpool got me excited.
That was cool.
Yeah, they showed him a couple times.
I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
It wasn't. He's the TVA agent, I think, in the beginning when they showed up to his house. The one that he's like, I don't have sex with you, I want to have sex with you. He points to that other one. I think that's Rob McElhenney.
Yeah, he's like, I can't see your eyes. But
yeah, that's why I think it's McElhenney. Because he is a TVA agent. We just don't know which one yet.
Okay. Because I did see in Wrexham, he was like, are you going to tell Rob that we cut him out of Deadpool yet? Are you going to tell him?
Did they cut him?
I don't know.
I hope they cut him out.
It could have just been a joke, but Ryan Reynolds was like, do I have to tell him now that we cut him out of the movie?
I hope they cut him. That'd be so much more fun. But yeah, the cameos, the stuff that I think people want to hear the most about, probably anything. First of all, the first one with Chris Evans was great. Fantastic reveal. I mean, they have the Captain America music. He's wearing a robe, but you can kind of see red on his sleeves. And white. Yeah, and white and blue. So you're like, oh man, we got Captain America back. As soon as I heard his voice, I was like, it's the Human Torch. Dude, I didn't think about it. I figured once he took the hood down and he was Chris Evans has lost a little bit of weight. He dropped the muscle because he doesn't have to. He doesn't need it anymore. So when I saw him, he was a little skinnier. I was like, oh, well, that Captain America is looking a little weird. Short notice, I get it, Chris. It's all right. But when he said "flame on," I had no idea. You didn't think the brown hair was a giveaway? I mean, a little bit, but I just didn't piece it together because the whole
they just threw me off with the music and everything, and Deadpool was hugging him.
He's like, I know who this is.
Yeah. I was pumped. I mean,
He's
I
like,
was a
"Same
little bit.
thing."
I was a little disappointed it was Captain America. Not for any shit like, oh, Chris Evans should have stayed and gone, but just like, oh, you could have brought somebody cooler into this, you know, like somebody.
Before he said flame on?
Yeah, somebody who like, oh, we haven't seen in a while, you know. But when he said flame on, I got pumped.
Because he was like, say your thing. A vet, flame on.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And he just, oh my god, so cool.
Yeah.
And they get
awesome.
bitched by Pyro. Falls and hits his fucking
Racks his nuts on a fucking
his
telephone pole.
neck and his back. I thought he died.
So did I.
And then he dies so much worse.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else.
I mean, four obvious ones.
Yeah, the four X-23, which we all knew. Which when they asked Sean Levy why they were able to do it, he's like, because I just wanted to show people, like, oh, here you go, here's one. Yeah. And he's like, if we're willing to show you that, who do we have? Mm-hmm. And I think it works because when they showed X-23, I was like, who the fuck do they have that they can just release a scene that she's in? And they were in line. They had Jennifer Gardner, which we knew coming back from one of the greatest superhero movies of all time.
Yeah, we did know that.
We did. But it's still in the moment was so cool. Yeah.
And then we had Wesley Snipes as Blade.
Best one.
Which, can I tell you something? I went home and my mom was like, so who's in it? I'm like, I don't want to tell you. We ended up telling her, my mom. It was like, all right, it was Jennifer Gardner as Elektra, it's Wesley Snipes as Blade, and Channing Tatum as Gambit. And she was like, oh, Jennifer Gardner, that's cool. I knew about Wesley Snipes, though. I was like, how the fuck did you know about Wesley?
Yeah, how did you know about that?
Did we miss something on, like, the Today Show or some bullshit?
People were so shocked that he did.
Like, my mom knew without a doubt Wesley Snipes was in that movie.
Yeah, no, he was the one that most people are, like, shocked, though.
Yeah, I had no idea.
The Gambit one, I thought about that might happen, because him and Ryan Reynolds are such close friends. Yeah. All that kind of stuff.
The history.
Yeah. But Wesley Snipes, especially with how his tenure as Blade ended, and it wasn't a very happy ending. No. It wasn't a very happy separation between the company and him. No. And just to see him back, oh my god. And he still got it. Yeah. My dude's still a dog. And he had his cool, his knives. Mm-hmm. They showed him in the fight. Oh my god, dude. I squealed a little bit when he showed up. Yeah. I was very excited. That was the one that mattered the most to me.
I still love that scene where he refused to open his eyes, so they just CGI'd his eyes.
Yeah, well, that movie's fucking terrible. I wouldn't have opened my eyes either if they made me do that shit.
Yeah, but I was amazed they got him back.
In that movie.
Like, he is in that movie. I know.
He's the villain. I forget about that. Terrible movie.
Yeah.
I think Gambit showed up, yeah.
Yeah, I bet Wesley Snipes probably did it as like, fuck Fox, dude. Disney bought him, I'll go back now that they're gone. Yeah. You know? It's great. But yeah.
I'm the only Blade. Just looks at the camera. I like the joke about when him and Proximus are talking, and he's like, so we want you to come join the MCU. He's like, and he turns and looks at that other camera. It's like the wide shot. He walks up to it, fuck Fox, and the head smashes his head into the camera. Yeah. Dude, he is the perfect character for Ryan. Like, Hugh Jackman, him, and even Wesley Snipes, now seeing him again playing, loving the first. They're just people that are born to play certain characters. Yeah. I love Channing Tatum's Gambit. Not that I'm saying putting him in that same conversation at all. But those three definitely are just people that are born to play someone, and they just fit the vibe of it. Yeah. And there should never be another Deadpool. Should never be another Wolverine. There will be. They just want to never reach these marks. Yeah. Same with, I don't think Mahershala Ali can even be Wesley Snipes. That's a very specific style.
Yeah, no, you're never going to be Wesley Snipes' Blade. I think
he's a fucking dog.
He's going to have to be different if that movie ever happens. But
well, the director left.
I know that, but that happens in like half the movies.
Doesn't happen 5 times. Chaos Walking, Part 2.
Oh, man. Yeah, I still have some faith. I have no faith in the movie. I still have some faith in Mahershala Ali because he's just such a fantastic actor.
I will bet you $5 he does not play Blade.
I'm not taking that bet because he probably won't.
I don't think.
But I still want to see it.
Chance he plays Blade now. No. I just, I got nothing for him.
Yeah. On to Channing Tatum as Gambit though.
So much fun.
The Cajun accent is so funny.
Who is your dialect coach? You're missing key exposition.
Yeah, it was just so good, and seeing him walk out in like full costume,
like they went for it again. Yeah, it was dope. I like me and Ryan talking. They kind of make a joke about Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner's divorce. Mm-hmm. He's like, "I'm so sorry about that. It's fine. It's fine." Yeah. which is funny. And of course, those two didn't end happily together. Like in real life, they just broke up. But it was a nice little joke to throw in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Dude, that Gambit costume, like,
it looked great.
it was so good that it looked goofy. You know what I mean?
See, it looked goofy at first. As soon as you started moving around, and I was like, it looks great.
When he's standing there in like the middle, like his face looked a little like too like tight
up.
Yeah, but when he started like actually doing action stuff, it looked really good.
Gambit's powers are so fucking awesome.
They're cool.
Boom. People just blow up.
Yeah. Who played him in X-Men Origins?
Taylor Kitsch.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Horrible.
It's terrible.
Horrible movie. Horrible Gambit. There's no redeeming part of that movie. Actually, yes, there is. The opening scene.
Yeah, the opening credits.
That is it. And Lee Schreiber's a good Sabretooth. We don't talk about the rest of the movie.
Will.i.am is great.
He's fucking terrible.
He does suck.
Ryan Reynolds is like terrible in that movie.
It's not his fault, dude. They took the merc with a mouth.
Well, that's not even
sewed
him.
his mouth shut.
That's not him in that scene.
I understand that.
Yeah,
but
they just took his face and put it on someone.
Yeah.
Horrible decision. He was supposedly that was like a huge that almost like ruined Deadpool's chances.
Yeah.
Because of his distaste towards the studio.
The swords came out of his fucking wrists.
Yeah, because remember he was like a built together mutant of all the X-Men.
Yeah.
Fucking dumb.
So dumb.
God. Well, it was, and yeah, but I mean, this movie in total, like the cameos are great. This movie is just it's a well-made superhero movie. Like it is enjoyable. There's so many funny little things, but then Hugh Jackman adds so much depth to it.
Yeah.
Like learning why he had the suit on from when they found them. Oh, fucking cameo. We can talk about fucking Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. I had seen it was fake then, but I had seen a picture of Henry Cavill playing Magneto. So I had the idea in my head that he was going to come in and play Magneto. But as soon as he turned around and was Wolverine, I was like, oh my God. I guess he's not Magneto.
Yeah.
But I was still like, holy shit.
Yeah, because that was always crazy. Like, fan was him.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
I was kind of pissed.
We still got, I forget what his name is when he has the eye patch and when he's in the.
I want to say Slade, but I don't think
it's not Slade.
But
it's something with an S.
Yeah.
But we got comic accurate Wolverine.
My dad thought that was the fun. You could hear my dad from behind.
He was laughing for 5 minutes over that.
I'm not gonna lie. I covered my mouth because I knew I was gonna start cackling at it because it was so
perfect.
Funny looking,
and especially because I'm the one who's been asking.
Yeah.
I've asked on here several times for like short and stout not Deadpool Wolverine, and just seeing that I was like, oh fuck, I'm wrong.
Like you can do a shorter actor,
yeah,
like Taron Egerton, Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah,
you can't do a comic actor.
Taron Egerton.
Oh, when you tried to say his name,
I could not pronounce his name.
Oh, and then we got comic accurate suit Logan, like the brown suit where he's like,
yeah.
Wait, you were that when we fought the Hulk. And then the claws opened up and we saw the Hulk, which was so cool because that's something that people have been asking for since 2000 when the first movie came out.
Yeah.
I want Eric Bana and him to fight. And
there was an old like Flash game of that on a computer.
Hulk vs. Wolverine?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I played it like once. I couldn't figure it out. I was too young to like figure it out.
Oh, and Old Man Logan was there. They gave it.
Like
shoots
legit
Deadpool like
Old Man Logan.
Like fights Old Man Thor Logan.
I was expecting like blind Hawkeye to walk out the front door.
Should have killed him.
Yeah.
Hawkeye sucks.
Why?
He's not as cool.
Blind Hawkeye going with Wolverine through the wasteland. Sick.
No, the best is the Hulk in that whole same like universe. Tries to kill himself. So sad.
That's fun.
It's a great. God, there's so many good comics. Marvel, learn to fix your shit. Make better product. But yeah, all the different variants of Wolverine was cool.
Or just make your own stories, Marvel. Do what this did. Like this wasn't ripped straight out of a comic book. Yeah, there's been Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I was gonna say they definitely used other iterations of stuff.
But this was its
That's
own
what I'm saying,
story.
but like
make your own story.
You don't have to do World War Hulk.
Yeah.
Make a close Hulk solo movie though. But you can because Mark Ruffalo isn't that kind of Hulk, which sucks.
Could have been.
Could have been. Not anymore.
Whatever.
Now he's Professor Hulk.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was saying about Hugh Jackman, like all the like little scenes, like him explain, like we learn why he has a suit on, all the stuff when he lost all the X-Men because he didn't want to be a team. All those scenes were so good. They were so emotional. You can actually tell like how upset he was through these things. And yeah, I really enjoyed Hugh Jackman. Seeing him back was just seeing him was like okay, like he's in it. When he pulled the mask on.
Oh. You came.
I had an nerdgasm. Dead ass. No joke. I was so fucking excited. All of a sudden, I was 4 years old again watching X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was like a flash of like that time.
You like full on like squirmed in your chair.
You
did a little like Trump dance.
I did a little Trump. I was so excited.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been waiting for this since I was definitely 4 years old watching the X-Men movies and just, oh my, and the joke that comes next to it, he's like Batman, we can move your neck. Like there's just, the timing on Ryan Reynolds is perfect. He knows exactly when to say a joke, how to set it up and all those things.
He's just fantastic as Deadpool.
Perfect.
And it's just taken over his entire personality in
I don't
the
know,
real world.
You ever watch like his old movies?
Yeah, he's always been
this, but they've now just let him do it.
Yeah.
Like, definitely before they had made cuts. Now they're just like, go out there, do Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Be Deadpool.
Be yourself. I mean, this movie was just so great. All the cameos. You see everybody. Juggernaut, Azazel. I think Psylocke was in there.
Toad
was in there.
Love Toad.
Yeah. All the good guy cameos that kind of work with them through the movie. Like we said earlier, they're actual characters, which was so fun to see. They're not just there for, to make the fans happy. They're a part of the movie, which was just a really smart thing to do. Like they're not just there for a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Great.
Bitch.
Yeah. I mean, it was just such a fun movie. It was a great time. And I think, the villain, I already forgot her name. Cassandra Nova. Yeah. I don't think she was bad. The actress did a great job.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just wish there was more.
Yeah. Emma Corrin, is that her name? She did great. But yeah, I think you could do more. But that's also a thing with those like uber, those omega level mutants, the super powerful ones is like, how do you beat them? They're kind of unbeatable. Like why in the final battle, why didn't she just snap and kill all of them immediately? You're always going to have those questions that like,
like why don't the Avengers help people when their solo movies come around?
Yeah, why is Spider-Man saving New York and the Avengers are just, they have an off day again?
Yeah, you see their tower in the background when nothing's going on.
Speaking of Avengers, at the end when he's like, when do we get shawarma?
Did you know the Avengers founded shawarma? That was a good little joke.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a nice movie. Like, and everyone was like, oh, this is his introduction to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's still in his world. He's still in the Fox world.
Yeah, he's still in.
Like he's in his universe. He's not with them now.
10,006 or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I like to see it Happy when he goes to
in Earth 616. Like that was the actual one. That was actually Happy.
Who is he talking to? Who's he talking about? Is he talking about Kevin Feige?
What do you mean?
When he's like, when do I get to meet the big guy?
He's talking about Tony Stark.
Was he?
Because that was still 2018, so he was still.
Oh, I forgot. That doesn't happen until I forgot because I'm thinking Endgame came out in 2018.
Yeah, but in that universe, it was 2024 or whatever.
2025, I think.
All right.
I forgot about that. That's who it was.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that would have been cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, this movie's just a good time. It's enjoyable. It's kind of hard to talk about because a lot of the scenes are just jokes. Like there's not a ton of exposition.
I mean, like I said, like it's not a superhero movie. Like you care, but
it is very much so, like where the story's going to eventually.
It's a comedy. It's a comedy first.
But if you love Deadpool, this takes the other Deadpools as much as I still think one is my favorite Deadpool because it's probably what I think is the best one.
Yeah,
this one takes Deadpool and puts the most comic accurate version of that character out there. They let him fully go for this one.
They didn't pull any punches.
There's no restraints to this movie.
Yeah.
And the opening, when he's like, everyone was wondering how we're going to handle this with such care with Logan. And he just digs up the body. Was such a funny, I don't know how James Mangold, that was the thing he was okay with them doing.
Did Mangold sign off on it?
Yeah.
He said it was okay?
Hugh Jackman asked him if it was okay.
That's funny.
So I guess because it's not really that. He dug him up.
Yeah.
And he used his body to kill the TVA.
So funny. It was perfect because he just says like, I'm disrespecting this course. It's fine. This is my
And
movie.
he wears his hand.
Yeah.
Claws. And it gets stuck in the dude. And
so good.
And have you seen who have been doing the dance now? In like
Have they?
Deadpool cosplay?
Really?
Yeah, with the hands behind their back.
That's great.
Dude, Ryan Reynolds, that man can dance. Yeah. And now we've seen what, dude?
I don't think it was him dancing. What the fuck was that?
Spider?
There was a bug on my back.
Why wouldn't it have been Ryan Reynolds dancing?
Because he didn't dance in the other ones. He like hired somebody to dance for him.
Oh, but he danced. But now he knows how to dance.
Maybe.
With what's that movie that with Will Ferrell?
Oh my God, was that a tick?
Did you get a tick?
I may have had a tick on my back. You're gonna have to check me for a bullseye.
What does that mean?
I apologize. If the tick bit me and I get Lyme disease, that would suck.
Don't die.
Shit. Well, now I gotta burn that thing.
Is it actually a tick?
I think it might have been.
Well, we'll be back. We have some technical difficulties to deal with. Welcome back, everyone. This is this is part 2. This is part 2 of our Deadpool review. I guess we're just coming back. You guys didn't even notice there's like a difference in time or anything like that. But yeah, so Ryan got bit by a tick when we were recording our review last time. He didn't get Lyme disease.
I've been feeling super achy and tired, and overall there's a big like red bullseye on my back. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I don't think I got Lyme disease because it was a dog tick. So my dog's probably going to die this week. But other than that, not bad. Not bad. We're back. It's been like 5 days since we tried recording this, and we were late for the Phillies game, so we had to call it off. Phillies got the dub, thank God. Finally. I mean, it was one. At least we won a game. I'm just happy we won one. Now we lost 4 in a row after that, but this is unbearable.
The people are probably so confused, like, why are they talking about the Phillies? They were in the middle of talking about Deadpool.
Yeah. No, we had to pause it because
I did check where we were in the video. Just so.
Okay. All right, then you lead off because I don't remember what we were talking about.
Yeah, we were at the 40-minute mark, and we had late just started talking about the Deadpool dancing, which you were telling me that Deadpool isn't Ryan Reynolds is not dancing, and you were right.
No, I was right. Yep.
And yeah, that guy's getting a lot of traction all of a sudden. It's good for him. He's getting some good publicity, and he released his audition and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, intro to this movie, the best intro in a Marvel movie. I'm pretty sure we talked about that already, and we've talked about a lot of it. We were really at the end of the episode. We were kind of just.
Yeah, we were kind of winding down. Now we got to finish this. What if we just record like 3 minutes and they're like, all right, that's it.
Well, we can do that.
No, we can do like 10 more.
What else are we going to talk about? We're probably going to repeat half the sentences that we already said.
I don't know. It's been too long. I don't remember anymore.
We could just do this as like an outro to the video.
We could just do this as an outro. Yeah, I think we could talk about some of the cameos that I figured out. Not that I figured out, that I saw. From like all the Deadpools.
Oh yeah, like Paul Mullen.
Yeah, Paul Mullen was Wrexham.
He's that
Deadpool.
He's every fucking where. Paul Mullen.
Yeah, good job, that guy. We watched that, and Blake Lively was Lady Deadpool. Mm-hmm. McConaughey was Cowboy Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Reynolds' kid was Kid Deadpool,
and Baby Deadpool.
Baby was Baby Deadpool. Yep.
No, there's some really good ones.
That's all I remember. So yeah, there were some good ones. It was a good time.
Rob McElhenney's cameo was cut from the final cut of the movie.
Yep.
It was the one in the trailer when the thing grabs him and he goes, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah. So he was supposed to be a TVA agent in the Void.
How does that even happen?
And they cut that. I don't know, man. Probably just like an accident. He was like, "Oh, I gotta get home. I'm not supposed to be here." I mean, it is so funny that it got cut. And they even said it in Wrexham. Ryan Reynolds was like, all right, we're going to tell him that we cut his part yet?
This movie was a lot of fun, and there's already so much discourse about it. And I will say one little like final negative I just kind of want to put out there is that you definitely have to see this movie in the theater within these first 3 weeks of being out, in my opinion. Because I don't know how well this movie holds up once you watch it at home now, knowing everything that happens. I've been thinking about this.
I mean, yeah, well, that's the thing with any, like, we talked about this the first time, too. Like, it's kind of the same thing with any any comedy movie, or a movie that's, like, really heavily relies on cameos and shock value and stuff like that. Once you know what's coming, it's not surprising anymore. So you're not going to get caught off guard. You're not going to be like, oh, man, there's Channing Tatum and Wesley Snipes and all that shit. It's not going to hit the same. So, yeah. See it in theaters with people who are going to laugh with you, and it just makes it more fun. But, I don't think... Because what we were talking about earlier, by earlier I mean 4 fucking days ago, is if it will hold up on like later watches if you watch it again. And I think, yeah, it can. But just like any other comedy, like you're going to kind of know what jokes are coming. You're going to know what part of the movie you're at, what happens afterwards, how everything ends up. But I still don't think that takes away from the movie because, you see movies the first time. I don't think a movie being rewatchable makes it better. I think that there's a lot of great movies that aren't very rewatchable because you know what's going to happen. I also think there's a lot of shitty movies that are really rewatchable, like Batman and Robin, because it's just funny, but it's a dog shit movie. Yeah, sure, Amazing Spider-Man 2 that you have on in the background for some godforsaken reason. Yeah, I don't think rewatchability makes a movie good. I think, good movies are more often than not rewatchable, but I don't think it's a make or break thing for any type of movie.
No, and I don't mean it just as like rewatchable. I mean, is the movie good enough to stand on its own legs outside of the cameos and first time jokes?
Yeah.
More.
I mean,
I hope it is. I hope I watch it at home
so.
and still find it funny and enjoyable.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you will have to wait and see. And it's, it's up to you. It's personal preference. It's just how you feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, No Way Home still hits for me at home, seeing them all show up for the first time.
Yeah. Except for
that still makes me excited.
I will say, this movie did not have, like, I knew there were going to be cameos, so I, like, took a mental note to see if there are any, like, pause breaks, like in Spider-Man. There are not. There are jokes that I missed because people were laughing too loud. There are, like, or, like, the cameos came in, people were like, oh my god, it's Wesley Snipes. And I didn't hear the next joke. Like, this, this movie doesn't have that joke problem.
With him?
I don't really remember what it was, but
we can't say it on the podcast.
I didn't think. Oh, what he says in the one word.
Yes.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Very funny.
Not very that funny, word, but this word. Yeah.
They that was really funny. Like, especially them coming. Wesley Snipes coming back, especially with all the quote unquote beef that they had in Blade Trinity, which Wesley Snipes said that they crushed Lee 2 years after Blade 3.
Yeah, they just kind of like he said it was never really a thing.
Yeah, it was never even like a real. It was probably just like that beef that people get into when they do these kind of movies, especially when it's a shit movie.
Yeah, like when you're stuck with some guy for I don't even know, like 4 months or so, probably shooting this, you just get tired of people. And you're like, this guy is so fucking annoying. This you go from Van Wilder to this bullshit. Get the fuck out of here,
Hey, you watch your goddamn mouth. Van Wilder is a masterpiece.
I understand that. I'm just saying.
I watched Van Wilder. I was like 9.
That's aggressive.
My cousin showed it to me.
You also watched Seven when you were like 6, or Saving Private Ryan when you were 5. Like your parents did not.
No, my father.
Yeah, okay.
My mother did not know these things when they were happening. But,
of course.
I mean, that's all I really have to say about that book, because I was watching through most of it, and I got all of my points across, really. And we were really genuinely, like, at the end. So,
yeah,
I only had a couple more thoughts. And it was just more to, like, let you guys know Ryan's not dead and kind of, like, finish our thoughts, so it just didn't end with Ryan be like, you gotta check me for a bullseye. I'm like, okay, we'll be back.
Yeah. I did yelp a little bit. That was kind of embarrassing, but I was very startled by finding a tick on my back.
You were startled watching the video. You can
very startled.
That will be the TikTok.
Yeah, I don't like bugs, and ticks freak me out. There was a kid on my soccer team that got Lyme disease when I was a kid, and he couldn't play soccer anymore.
Oh,
I've always been freaked out because I'm like, I don't want to, I don't want to have to stop playing sports. Not that I play any sports.
I was going to say you don't really play sports, but
yeah. But if I get Lyme disease, no more baseball videos. Probably, maybe, if it's that bad.
You just got to sit on the bucket now. Just throw at you.
Yeah. Perfect.
But yeah, those are my thoughts on Deadpool. Do you have any thoughts you want to add?
I mean, yeah, Tommy's right. Go see this in the theater. It's just a better experience when you're able to watch it with people who will laugh with you. It makes it funnier. It makes it better. So yeah, do your best to go see this in theaters. I'm not going to say this is a movie that needs IMAX or anything. It's really not. But if you can see it in IMAX, then go ahead. Stop watching that bullshit. Anyways, Deadpool 3 lived up to the hype in my opinion. It was a very, very good movie, very fun movie. I think everybody did a great job. Hugh Jackman coming back didn't miss a beat. It felt, it was a great comeback. It didn't feel disrespectful at all. Ryan Reynolds just is Deadpool at this point. Everybody did a great job. So I thought the movie lived up to the hype, in my opinion. and I really, really, really liked the first two Deadpool movies, so I was happy with it.
I'm in agreement. I think it lived up to. I mean, I don't know if it reached the quality I thought it was going to get. Like, I thought. How do I word this? It was a very good superhero movie. I think I was expecting more out of the actual, like, filmmaking aspect, maybe a little bit more. Stuff like that. But all in all, I mean, it's still very super enjoyable and a lot of fun. Ryan Reynolds, as you said, is Deadpool. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. The cameos, I think, all landed for me. And I think it is still super enjoyable. And I think if you love Deadpool, you love Wolverine. If you love that Fox era, you're going to love this movie. You're going to have the same nostalgia feeling I had sitting throughout it. But again, that could change when I watch it again. Hopefully, I enjoy it maybe a little bit more now knowing what's coming and kind of just getting to sit with it a little bit more this time and not have people laughing when I'm trying to just kind of concentrate.
Yeah, and I think the filmmaking aspect, like, none of the shots are going to blow you away in this movie, but other stuff, like the costumes are fantastic. The Deadpool suit is incredible. The Wolverine suit's great. The Gambit suit is, like, accurate for some reason. Like, they just didn't have to do that, but they did. It just, like, a lot of, like, the classic filmmaking stuff that we would look at, like, you know, the sound and the shots and the cinema, like, all that shit, that's not going to blow you away. But a lot of, like, the stuff you don't really notice because, you know, it just goes over your head. It was pretty good. I think the one thing that it was really lacking in was the set design. I thought it was just really basic, especially in the Void, which, like, it makes sense for the Void. It's called the Void. You know, it's going to be a little barren, but I thought also having, you know, different helicarriers in the background and all sorts of stuff. You know, they ride in on, like, a Fantastic Four mobile. There's the 20th Century Fox logo is in the ground. There's some really fun stuff that you can look out and see, but
the 20th Century Fox logo made me laugh.
Yeah.
And that was like the first thing we all got like a set image of.
Yeah, which is funny because if you think about it, it means that 20th Century Fox, that logo was somewhere in the MCU at some point, and they were like, no, this has to go. This is a bad timeline. This has to go. The thing that doesn't exist anywhere in our world. They're like, this, you can't build this.
Yeah, that is true. Just during Avengers Endgame, Fox Studios is just out there. What was I going to say? Oh, one little thing I did mean to mention is that supposedly, I don't know if this is 100% confirmed, but it's been on a lot of pages, so I'm just going to say it's a rumor, that the universe that we see at the end of Marvels in the post-credit scene is the universe that Deadpool and Wolverine are in.
Oh.
So that'd be interesting.
CGI Beast? Shit.
Oh.
And not Storm? Interesting.
I told you it wasn't Storm from the beginning. You didn't listen.
What is it, Phasma? Phasma? Is that what it is? Is that somebody else?
Captain Phasma. What the hell is that?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, put a captain in there.
No, that's a thing.
It's Maria Rambeau. Because Monica's the one with Captain Marvel. I don't know, that movie sucked. But are you looking up Captain Phasma now?
You sound like Captain Phasma.
Yeah, you sound like... Yeah, that's from Star Wars.
Yeah, I couldn't think of who Captain Phasma was. I was just making sure that is a real character from something.
I think it's like Phasma or Phase or some bullshit like that. I don't know. Maybe.
Can we look it up?
Probably never going to see that again.
No, we're not. So I don't
Fission. Care. Fusion?
Wait.
Psylocke.
Oh, it's got a Temu discount.
Oh, China wants your information so bad.
But, yeah, moving on from Deadpool, though. Ryan, what's your recommendation of the week for everyone?
I gotta be honest. I really, really thought of one earlier, and now I cannot remember it. I really had one. Binary.
That's the character name,
is. Right? Binary. Yep. Sounds like it. Debuted in 1982's X-Men Uncanny X-Men 160.
That's where Wolverine's on the cross.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the poster for Uncanny X-Men. Very, very good comic run.
Is it X-Men? Is it 164 though? No, it's not.
I think there's only one Uncanny X-Men.
Okay, yeah, Volume 1, Issue 164. There's over 160-something issues of this.
It's a great poster. I was so excited seeing Uncanny Wolverine. Very cool.
Great.
It's not you. We're just going in a different direction.
Yeah. Fucking skulls on the ground. Let's see. What do I want to recommend? I started watching Shogun. Oh no, on
Very
Hulu.
good.
FX's Shogun. Yeah, I got to the first episode. It's very good. A lot of reading, but that's very understandable, and I'm glad they went for it. You know, I'm glad it's not just English all the way through, because, you know, it makes sense. I do love that, like, I don't know the historical accurate. I assume it's very accurate, because that's what people were saying. But I love how they all think English is just Portuguese. So they're like, "Do you speak Portuguese?" And he's like,
they have no idea.
It's kind of funny.
I think I'm on episode 3. I gotta get back into it.
So do I. I watched episode 1.
I'm lacking. I haven't started Cobra Kai yet. I'm on episode 3 of 4 of the Bear.
Okay.
3 of Shogun. I'm struggling right now.
Yeah, I gotta watch more stuff too, but
it's the hold that One Tree Hill has on me right now.
Yeah. What else did you put on now? You put on something Fox.
No, I didn't.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
No. I'm going to recommend the movie I have on in the background right now. And we got to see we got to see a character from this movie show off.
You fucking piece of shit. God damn it.
This is Daredevil. Starring Ben Affleck, 2004. Great movie. Highly underrated.
Shot in the throat.
Not this cut. Don't ever watch the PG-13 version. Go get the director's cut. It's rated R. It's so much better. They cut a couple of the scenes from this one. That's why.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, go watch.
What's the line? He's like, "You see that light? That's not God. That's the C train."
Yeah, that's one of the best lines of I love that scene.
It's so fucking stupid. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's like, "Don't follow lights. It's not heaven. It's the C station train." And he just lets the dude get hit.
It's so dumb.
Daredevil kills people.
It's such a dumb line. No, I don't care about the killing people. I'm saying the line is so fucking stupid.
You know what's a great line, a Daredevil thing? When Punisher's has him captured on the roof in the show, and and he says, like, "The only difference between you and me is a bad day." Ooh.
Yeah. That's a great line. Dude, I didn't realize he was coming back for Deadpool. What is it, Reborn? Or what is it called?
Daredevil Reborn?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Did I say Deadpool?
Yes.
Whoops.
Are you talking about Bernthal?
Yeah, I didn't. I genuinely forgot.
On the podcast.
I just forgot. I forgot, and then I saw a set photo, and I'm like, "Ooh, he looks bloody."
Yeah, was it the one where it's him and Daredevil walking together?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool picture.
Yeah. Thank God they got rid of that bullshit yellow suit.
Oh, they got rid of that stupid suit from Netflix too. Oh my god,
that was a good suit. I don't want to. I don't
want
to hear it with this fucking suit.
This suit is 1,000 times better.
It's not a bad suit, but it's not better than the Netflix one. The Netflix one is so cool, though.
But this is comic accurate.
Okay, fucking Robert Pattinson's suit isn't comic accurate, but you love that.
Yes, it is. Well, yes, it is.
Okay.
There's numerous suits that look like that.
Obscure comic, yeah, of course. Because there's fucking thousands of them.
Arkham City, it looks like the Arkham Asylum. No, it'd be Arkham City suit. That's literally what it looks like. Maybe. Just with shortened years.
Up to you. It's up to your interpretation, Tom.
I don't know why we're still recording. We already did our.
I don't know. Yeah, we were going to do like 3 minutes. Now we're at 17. We're at 18 now. This is incredible.
But, yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's episode. Our next episode will be our review of the penultimate episode of House of the Dragon. And then after that, we'll be reviewing, hopefully, Ryan will do
the 6th and 7th episode of House of the Dragon.
No, we were
fucked up and didn't do that.
I thought we did do 6.
No.
Oh, no. Okay. Did I ever watch it?
We got to do 6 and 7. You're not watching that tonight?
No, I watched 7. I don't know if I had to watch 6. But
did you? There's no way you skipped 6.
Yeah, there's no way. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to continue following all of our socials, and yeah, we will see you in the next week's episode. Ryan?
All right. Check for ticks.
What?
I said check for ticks. Check for ticks.